What is up, people? This is the Oracle. We are back online for yet another Aether Revolt draft. Pack is decent. I think the best option is just gifted Aetherborn. Definitely like that more than the Miner or the Chaser, which are both good. Especially the Chaser is quite amazing, but I think gifted Aetherborn is slightly better. Rogue Refiner pretty good, but double colored. I guess there's a Prey Upon. Couldn't Bright and Crawl Finality as, medium quality removal spells. Yeah, that's a fine pack. Like, there's nothing crazy, but there's a bunch of solid playables. Yeah, definitely picking the Aetherborn though. And now, interesting. The infamous Toppler Arrest versus Winding Constrictor peak. Well, since we are already in black, I'm probably gonna go with Constrictor anyways, but I've seen a lot of people picking Constrictor over Thopter Rest first pick, which is not something I often do, but Constrictor is pretty busted, honestly. Yeah, I just played a deck with Constrictor recently, couple drafts ago. The card is just stupid. Like, it's really not hard to have a good deck for it, and if you have just a couple effect, it just get out of hand way too quickly. Like, if they don't have an answer, they just die. Thopter Rest is a great removal, but I guess white is also a little bit underpowered. Yeah. Either way, the Constrictor. I mean, I think picking the arrest is completely reasonable as a first pick, and I think you should probably do that as you can stay more open. Now, if you are already in black or green, I feel like Constrictor might be better. Like, this card is just way too powerful. All right, fairly easy pacification array here. The best card in the pack. I mean, it's not much better than Chaser, but it's, approximately the same power level. And obviously, given what we have, we'd rather pick the colorless card. Cavalry is fine. I'm happy to have one or two cavalry in all my black-green decks. Yeah, Implement of Malice, medium, I think a little bit weaker than cavalry. Same with Salvager and Growth, I think, so we'll just pick cavalry. Not that white seems rather open, but I mean, we saw a decent amount of white cards that were all quite good in the last few packs, but I don't really care about that. I mean, I'm happy enough with the cards I'm getting in black-green so far. Pima as a series is pretty good. Prey Upon decent. Both cards actually kind of do the same thing, in the way that if you have a creature slightly bigger than there, you can just eat it. I feel like as a series is actually slightly better than Prey Upon. I think that card is underrated and pretty good. Especially when you are playing Constrictor, you tend to easily get some pretty huge creatures, and eating stuff becomes quite easy. That being said, Prey Upon might be safer. Ship Removal is pretty good in this type of deck too. It's close. I'm gonna pick Azus here, just because I feel like it's more likely that I get a couple Prey Upon where I don't think there's gonna be a ton of other Azus here, just because it's an uncommon. Now, I could see Prey Upon just being better. It's pretty close though. I think I like both cards. Not a huge fan of Aether Herder. I think it's fine, but not great. Same with Strangler. Just gonna pick Cruel Finality. It's not amazing, but I'm happy to have one of these in all my black deck. And I'm about to pick it now, because, yeah, Herder is fine. Strangler is really a feeler. Finality is decent, though. Gross is cool. If we want to splash for stuff, it's gonna be decent. It also helps casting things like Gifted Aetherborn, and, it triggers the Revolt and the Cavalry, which is good. Not very high on Salvager, unless I'm white. I guess it's decent in blue-black sometime, or white-black. Not so much in black-green. Sure, you have Constrictor, it's a synergy, but you don't really often have some nice thing to sacrifice in black-green. I'm gonna pick Guardian in case I get more fixing and some good reason to splash for it. In the right deck, the card is really powerful. And Salvager again is, I think, really a filler in this deck. I'm gonna pick Strangler, put it in the side for now. Don't mind having one automaton in my green deck, especially when I have a Constrictor. Prowler is nice for the side. I guess we'll pick Wrangle for no actual reason. And here we are with 8 cards I'm pretty happy to play. Then Strangler is definitely, playable. And Guardian could be an option if we get some good reason to want it in our deck and some good fixing. I'm gonna pick another Constrictor. The exact same printing as we saw last booster, which is funny, I guess. But yeah, once you know the printings a little bit, it's pretty interesting because you can get you can get a decent amount of information about what someone might have picked. Yeah, it's just Constrictor though. I'd be glad to wield the Implement of Ferocity or the Cavalry or maybe even the Growth, but not sure that it will happen. Implement of Ferocity, once you have to Constrictor, becomes quite busted, obviously. Ooh, Vengeful Rebel is also a sweet one. Alright, nothing else. Just the best card in the pack, and it's on color, so not too much of a question. Okay, got a Prey Upon, which I'm happy with. Not sure what I will get next, but as of now, I'm happier with 1 Prey Upon, 1 Pima as a Seer than 2 Prey Upon, for sure. So far so good with the the other pick earlier on. Leopard is a fine 3-drop. I like it slightly more than Strangler, I think. We don't have a ton of ways to trigger Revolt, so I'm not so super high on the Aeronaut. Sure, it's nice with Constrictor, but it's just pretty bad. The bad card on its own, and right now we really don't have a ton of ways to trigger Revolt. I think Herbalist is a very bad card. And Automaton, I'm happy to play 1 but not 2, because if you somehow draw 2 in the same game, which has never happened to me because I never play 2, but I don't want to be in a spot where I draw 2 and one of them is just completely useless. I mean, it's not exactly true, it's not going to be completely useless, but you get the point. If you have 2 of them, then the Mana Sink ability becomes quite irrelevant. Second Aetherborn, sure. This looks like, constricted right there. The rest of the deck not so much, but I guess if you cut that, the 2-drop slot of the curve could be a constricted deck. That'd be gross, I think. Makes the mana a bit smoother for this gifted Aetherborn. Gives us the Revolt that is nice for the Cavalry, but becomes much more important once you are playing something like Rebel, which really gets super strong with Revolt. And at this point, there's a chance we won't splash for Guardian. Not sure. Guardian is great with Rebel. You just get to kill something. At worst, it's gonna be a decent option if if we are facing a white deck with a decent amount of enchantment removal, or a blue deck with Ice Over, Malfunction, this kind of stuff. Guardian is a great sideboard option against these, and yeah, since we have 2 growths, it's splashable. I think I like the Night Market Aeronaut more than Elite. Both are kind of medium. Since we got another growth, they got better, but they are still not very exciting. At least the Aeronaut becomes quite interesting with 2 Constrictor. Not great, but Call for Unity. The card is good. It's a lot of mana, it requires a little bit of work, but it's really good. It's not really something you can splash though. Do I like the second Aeronaut or the first Herder more? I think I like Herder slightly more. Third growth is really cool for the Rebel, and it actually makes the Aeronaut a decent card, which I'm happy about. Yeah, I guess nothing's great here. Crawler for the side. Ooh, sweet. I don't like the card a lot, but no, once you have 2 Constrictor and 3 Growth, I think Night Market Aeronaut is actually completely legit 4-drop, potentially very strong. Deck looking nice. A lot of the same cards actually. We have 3 Growth, 2 Constrictor, 2 Aetherborn, 2 Aeronauts. it's kind of funny. We don't have a ton of removal, I guess. We have the Prey Upon, the Array, Finality Rubble. It's not bad, but what we don't really have is, unconditional removal. That being said, deck looks powerful, and this type of deck, I mean, it looks like we'll be applying enough pressure where we should be fine. Also, the 2 gifted Aetherborn means that ground creatures should not really be problematic. I'm gonna pick Pima Outrider here. Card is great. Great on its own, great with the Constrictor. Yeah. Not much to say. Could splash for Revocable Edges, potentially, but I think this is just a better option. Alright, interesting. Well, Hunt the Weak is nice with the Snake, and we can definitely use Reinvolve, so I guess I'll pick that. Yeah. Don't mind if I do. Alright, Edgecrafters is usually a decent 6-drop. One of the best you can get. One of the only one you can get, actually, because there's a Cowl Prowler, which is medium, but there's a lot of 5-drop, but not many 6-drop. This one is pretty good. Works nicely with Constrictor. And I think I like it more than Subtle Strike, which is good, though. Subtle Strike is quite amazing with both Aetherborn and Constrictor, so it's pretty tempting. Also, we have a lot of creatures. Yeah, actually, Subtle Strike is looking pretty insane in this deck. Yeah, it's close, but I think I'm gonna go with Subtle Strike. Rhino is amazing. It's the best 3-drop we could ask for. Great. I do like Blossoming Defense a decent amount. I think it's better than Hazardous Condition. Don't think we need a tune with Aether. We don't have that many great ways to use the energy it provides. Just a couple creatures. Yeah, I like the trick. It's great. I do like Blossoming Defense a lot. I think a High Spire Artisan is actually nice. We need 3-drop. We are not that well prepared against Flyer. Curving Constrictor into Artisan is also great. Sounds good. The 5-drop was fine, but I think a 3-drop is a slightly better option. So that's looking pretty solid. $24 cards. I'm gonna pick Eager Constrict, but I don't think I'll play it. I'm happy about all my creatures. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna cut anything. Ooh, Ambitious Aetherborn is gonna make the main deck though, for sure. Probably gonna cut an Aeronaut because card is medium. Kinda like keeping the Growth because of the Rubble. And then I might just play 16 lands because with 3 Growth the mana, the mana base regarding color mana should be fine. And then the Growth are cantrip, and cantrip can make you flood a little bit, but they can also help you find lands early on when you are stuck. So I think we can afford to play 16 land, especially since we only have 2 5-drop. Yeah, curve is not super high. So I think that's gonna be that. Unless we get something really good in the next few picks, which I kind of doubt. This should be the deck. Scavenger I don't mind in most decks, but here, especially if I want to play 16 land, I think I'd rather not play it. Leave Fast is I think is a good option in the side against control-y deck, grindy matchup, but I'm probably not gonna main deck it. Kinda wanna play the second Ambitious Aetherborn. Not sure what I would cut for that though. And that's starting to be a decent amount of 5-drops. which makes me less confident about playing 16 land. Ooh, Rush of Vitality is kind of good too. Hazardous Condition is great for the side. I'm not gonna main deck it. We got a third one. Lol. LOL. Actually, I'm not gonna play Automaton. I think we have enough 2-drops, and card is medium. Well. Really tough. I kinda wanna cut a growth. I guess I'm gonna cut one growth. Because you can also trigger Rubble by just attacking, or... Yeah. Why is there 2 Rush of Vitality? What the hell? I only draft 1. This is the weird bug? What? Strange. Yeah, cut 1 growth, play 16 lands. Alright, I think I'll do that. And we have a decent amount of nice sideboard options. Yeah, it's just gonna be a 8/8 mana base, yeah. Mana is not amazing. It might be a little bit tough to cast these on turn 2, but I think the deck is pretty powerful. We have 15 creatures, 2 Sweet Treat, a couple Reinvol. Just seems fine, efficient, and well oiled. So that's gonna be it. Black-green mid-range for you. I hope you enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching, and yeah, feel free to share the video. That's appreciated if you enjoyed it, and you can also subscribe to the channel, obviously, if you want to see more content. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you guys for round 1.